From Norman, Oklahoma, it's quarterfinal action at the WPBA US Open 9-Ball Championship.
It's a Texas tornado, Vivian Villarreal.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to an excited Riverwind Casino. Site of the 2009 WPBA US Open 9-Ball Championship. It's electric in here. Mitch Lawrence and the two-time US Open 9-Ball champion, the striking Viking, Ava Mataya-Lawrence. Ava, it's been like this all week. You say the words US Open, everybody kind of gets jumpy. Our two players in the second quarterfinal. Fantastic, big-time veteran opponents, both of them with major titles. I'm looking forward to a great match between Vivian Villarreal and Karen Corr.
And both of these players very familiar to this type of television setting. They've both been playing phenomenally all week. What's going to be interesting is Karen Corr only let her opponents get to 5 games total in a race to 9, and at the same time Vivian stopped her opponents at 4. So both of them have had relatively easy ways getting here. They both played really, really well. Question is, now that these two titans meet each other, are they going to be able to deal with it? So.
Okay, here's another question. Two very different styles between Karen and Vivian, and I think one of the interesting points of this matchup.
Well, you have the Vivian, who is incredibly flamboyant, has fun out there, has fun with the crowd, plays nice and loose, shooting at tough shots, and on the other hand, you got Karen, very meticulous, very serious player. Two different styles we're going to see out here, but all good pool.
All right, somebody's going to move into the semifinals. Let's find out who it'll be right now.
Good luck to you.
Incredible quarterfinal matchup, I think. Karen Corr, Vivian Villarreal. Karen Corr on the left from Ballymoney in Northern Ireland, now living in Tennessee. Vivian Villarreal from Texas. Karen will have the opening break with that lag. Coming into this quarterfinal matchup, 50% of the time she has had the opening break, and Ava, as we know, it's always good. As we watch Steve Tipton get that first rack ready, always good to get a chance at the table first, get some of the bugs and the nervousness out, and start feeling the table.
No question. Winning that lag has become so incredibly important, especially since it is alternate break. So important to kind of hold your serve or hold your break, if you will. Karen needs to start out by making the ball on the break here. That was a weak break, mate. She didn't really come through that at all. She tried to do kind of a slow break. You can see here a lot of balls tied up. 1-7 here. She might be able to tap this one ball across towards the 8 and send the cue ball down over here. She's looking at possibly behind the 3 ball. There she's measuring the 1 just short of the side, sending that down to that direction and have the cue ball come across, hopefully behind the 3.
I wasn't trying to make it.
That's so Vivian. She will let you know exactly what's going on, fill you in along the way. She did get that cue ball behind the 3. You see it there, so Karen's going to have to kick at it.
She'll just come one rail here, Mitch. Even if she goes 2 rails, that's fine. She might even make this down in the corner. Oh, she definitely had to hit it, though. Way long on that kick. That's a little surprising.
We take another look. Ball in hand for Vivian Villarreal. Not what Karen wanted to happen in this opening rack for sure. Now let's see, one of the great shot makers in the history of the game, I think, whether Vivian can just keep it together. And here is when we first got a look at her in 1991 and quickly established herself as one of the great players in the world, the 92 national champion, former player of the year, always fun to watch, and has maintained, I think, Ava, a record of consistency that has been unbelievable. We're going to learn a little bit more about Vivian right now, and we're happy to have all throughout this match down on the floor with some insight. The 1994 US Open champion, the Black Widow Jeanette Lee, is down there with a good friend of Vivian Villarreal's. Let's go to Jeanette for the first time. Jeanette?
I'm here with Ben Cabello, best friend of Vivian Villarreal. Now we see her, she's very animated on the table, but what's she like off the table? What's she's got going on?
Actually, she's a jokester, a prankster, tells a lot of jokes, we tell each other jokes, and yeah, definitely, God, it's crazy.
Well, she's definitely exciting to watch, and hopefully we'll see her a lot more of her this year.
Vivian, nothing but business right now. You can see that look on her face. Wants nothing more than to get this early rack on the board, establish herself. We'll give you the format of the match as she moves to the 7. It's a race to 7 to move to the semifinals. The winner will meet Allison Fisher, who defeated Shouting Pan in her quarterfinal matchup. A 30-second shot clock on the players with 1 extension per rack. They'll alternate the break, and it's foul on all balls. And Ava, it doesn't look like she's that out of line to me. Made it sound like it was the toughest shot in the world.
You know, it's interesting because she is this flamboyant and pool is such a game of concentration. There's a fine line there. You don't want to cross that line by being too flamboyant and everything else. And I think a lot of her little noises is to actually, to make sure she breathe out, keep the nerves out of control. So though she wasn't out of line, I think that's what that was more than anything.
Well, the result is what she wants. The Tornado twirling with a 1-rack lead here in Norman. Quarterfinal play at the US Open 9-ball Championship finds 2 stars worthy of any final round matchup. Karen Corr, the Irish Invader, former Player of the Year, former US Open champion. Disciplined, methodical, intense. Vivian Villarreal, the Texas Tornado, former Player of the Year, former national champion. Freewheeling, emotional, flamboyant. 2 vastly contrasting styles, 1 common goal. A semifinal seat at the United States Open table.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA US Open is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's what winning feels like. By the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league. And by Brunswick Billiards since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship, preferred by experts around the world.
Our home for the week here in Norman, the fantastic Riverwind Casino and Hotel. The casino opened in 2006, 219,000 beautiful square feet of gaming and entertainment, and a brand new hotel, 100 rooms just opened up. Tremendously exciting spot. The Riverwind Casino, you will be swept away. Here's a look at our road to the finals. Our first semifinalist in, 4-time U.S. Open champion Allison Fisher will meet the winner of this quarterfinal matchup. 4 other major title holders in our other quarterfinal matches, and here's Karen's week. Look how strong. Ava mentioned early in our stand-ups, nobody had gotten more than 5 games against her in these first 4 rounds. She has been a dominant force this week, and that is the face that we have come to really know out here on tour. Karen Corr fully in it, down by a rack early to Vivian Villarreal with the break, and right into the side pocket goes the cue ball.
There's that break again. You know, it is a very common break. She just hit it off to the left side a little bit too much. You can see it right here. Solid hit, gets the cue ball to stop center of the table. Anytime you hit that 1 ball off, it has a chance to go in the side pocket. She made a 7 ball, and look, everything is fairly open. The only problem I can see here could be the 6, the 5, and the 8 down there.
Karen Corr moves around the table. She's checking out exactly what Ava's talking about. Look at this key stat for Karen Corr. In 1998, she won 10 qualifying events to get out on tour, and in 1999 established herself in what I am absolutely sure will be a Hall of Fame career. Great record for Karen.
No question about it, Mitch. Phenomenal competitor out here for years and years, and I'm sure years to come.
And as Karen stalks this 3, we also want to mention before we get too far into this match, the beautiful table that you are looking at. It is the Isabella, an elegant, magnificent table by Brunswick Billiards. And as Karen makes the 3, let's get another word down on the floor from Jeanette Lee. Jeanette?
Thanks, Mitch. This year, Karen Corr has decided to play in a lot more international events. And without sponsors, the expenses can be quite a hardship. But she came in second in the Amway Cup and second at the China Open. And the results of all that play is showing itself also here in Norman.
And that was a perfect shot. She's given herself an opportunity to make the 5, go into the rail here, and either bump the 6 a little bit or draw and bump the 8. Just enough to get herself a shot at the 6, and that is just perfect. The position on the 5 is what was so strong. And now she has this shot at the 6. She just has to avoid the 9. You can always get snooker behind that 9. That's a big ball right there with that angle because she wants to shoot the 8 in the side. So just hold it a little bit. She can either go across and back, or she can just hold it right there. Perfect. Beautiful cueing there, Mitch.
And a good job of doing what she needed to do to make Vivian pay for a mistake. Scratching on the break. Ball in hand for Karen. That's what you want to do. You want to make your opponent sit in that chair and just go over in their mind over and over the fact that they were the ones that actually let you back to the table. A very important 9-ball for Karen Corr. Quarterfinal action. One of these two players will get to the semifinals in Norman. Welcome back to Norman and the US Open 9-ball championship here at Riverwind Casino. And the break, always such a key part of any matchup. This one no different. Here's a comparison to these two breaks. Ava?
Well, you have the classic snooker player versus pool player. Pool player on the left, Vivian Villarreal. Big, powerful break. Karen tends to pay much more attention to hitting a solid hit on the 1. You can see here, Karen is farther down on the break. Vivian has a little bit more of an opportunity to really follow through because her body is out of the way. You see how Karen has to come up on the break, where Vivian goes forward into the shot a little bit more, thus putting on some more power into the shot.
And as we get ready to move into rack 4, first we're going to show you the highlights from rack 3 and the break, indeed, the story.
Well, big miss hit by Karen. She just hit the side of the ball and it followed into the corner pocket, opening for Vivian to loosen up her stroke a little bit. And look at the position on this shot, just barely getting by those balls without getting too far. Perfect shot to get on the 7, and she finishes it up.
So 2-1 for the Texas Tornado now, and here's her week in Norman, and how strong is this? No one with more than 4 racks, a big victory over last year's finalist, Iris Renola. She finished second to Kelly Fisher. And as Vivian just kind of keeps dancing to her own tune, we're getting ready for the break in rack 4, and we have had back-to-back scratches in rack 2 and 3. Vivian's 6 scratches coming in. Karen Corr only had 1 scratch out of 25 breaks before this. So let's see how Vivian does here in rack number 4.
Good break by Vivian. She kind of put some draw on the cue ball there. Got it back on the other side of the table. A lot of times that's a good idea because the 1 has a tendency to go back there. See the 5 here, maybe blocking the path for the 1 ball to go in this corner pocket. She may just want to tap this 1 and place the cue ball right here behind the 7 for safety. Just a little bit of follow on the cue ball. Very important. You have the right tangent line here. You hit enough of this 1. That should be perfect right there. Not only a good save, but a great save because this 1 ball will be really hard to hit for Karen. Balls guarding it all over the place that are stopping her from having natural paths to get to the 1, and she's going for her jump cue, Mitch. She's one of the best jumpers out here. She can jump pretty much anything. And not only that, but she actually hits the part of the ball that she wants. It's tough enough to get over, but it's tough to aim from her. She really does a good job. And all she could do there is try to really make a good hit, but she has left an open shot, an open table for Vivian.
Exactly what Viv wanted to do. Get back to the table. So important in these short races to establish early control and make the other players start to really feel the heat. You know, I go back to what we talked about a little bit in the opening about the contrasting styles of these two players. You'll hear Vivian talking, whistling, singing, moving, dancing, playing, and Karen just so much of an interior player. Obviously, both styles successful. So important to know what your style is and then just follow it.
And Vivian's style is normally offensive. She has a good defensive shot too, but she likes to go for it. She's going for the combination here, playing the 8-ball on the side. So pay attention to where the cue ball goes. Well, she failed to make it, but all is not lost. She left a safety here. You can see she just undercut it a little bit. And the 3-ball ended up on the bottom rail, so now Karen's going to have to play a safety back. Oh, she went for the billiard. Check it out. Double shot here, double shot.
Whoa.
Oh, she hit that so well. She played a safety on the 3. You can see right here, but she had an opportunity by coming in short. The 9-ball was right there. She had a shot at making the 9-ball and still leaving safe for Vivian. All right, not a bad shot by Vivian. She didn't have too many options there. Just wanted to make sure she didn't leave anything for Karen. A lot of times, that's all you can do is just kind of lag it up there and just make sure you don't leave a shot. The perfect safety is not always there. And this could be disaster. Yep. Cue ball came out just enough. She wanted to hit that way thinner than she did, and now she has left a chance for Vivian to get out here, Mitch.
And you saw how quickly she got out of her seat and wanted a chance at that shot.
She normally doesn't take too long, but I think she was pretty excited and a little surprised there that she got a shot. And her seemingly weak safety earlier paid off. You know, she did what she had to do. Karen didn't come with it, and now she has a wide open table.
With 3 balls left for an early 2-rack lead for the Texas Tornado. Again, I go back to how much consistency she has shown over the years. The 92 national champion. And she has pretty much been in the top 10 ever since she first broke into the elite ranks of players. And only players that really have been out here that long know how hard that is to do. And that 9 for an early 2-rack lead against Karen Corr here in the quarterfinals of the US Open 9-ball championship. Vivian Villarreal just returned from Kaohsiung in Taiwan, where for the second time she represented the US at the World Games, an honor she got to share with her mother and her daughter, Natalie Garcia.
I thought, it's a great experience, especially playing in the World Games and playing for a gold medal. And, the Asian people just treat you so well. And, like they became so famous and celebrities and people were asking for their autographs. And my mother's like, hello, she's a player. And they're like, no, you're so cute and you're so beautiful. So I see them and they're sitting at the table just saying autographs. I was like, dang.
I was nervous in a way because I didn't know what to expect. I've never been out of the country before, so.
It was funny, though, my mom and her had the American flags. So every time they would wave it, because there were so many people, every time the Taiwanese would win, they would be like clapping.
It was so loud.
Oh my God, so I said, y'all better get flags. So when I win, just wave. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah. It was nice. I mean, I wanted her to go. It was an experience for both of them. And we had a blast. I mean, we went down to the meat markets and, oh my God, the food was just, no, I don't know. I can't even tell you. I don't know. I can't even tell you about the food. So no, we had a great time. We really did. It was an experience that we'll never forget.
Welcome back to the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma, the U.S. Open 9-ball championships quarterfinal action. Let's look at some highlights now. First from rack number 5, Ava.
Rack number 5 had Karen coming with a kind of a weak break. She didn't get a lot of power into it. Gave an opportunity for Vivian, but she did not take advantage, missing this 2-ball in the corner pocket. And Karen came with a great shot here, just barely getting that 4 to go. And she ran that table 3-2, and that puts us in rack number 6 with Vivian breaking, makes a ball on the break, was forced to take an intentional foul on the 5-ball, and here gave a great opportunity for Karen to lock her up, but she rolled that 4 too far and checked this shot out by Vivian, and she was able to take that rack.
And that is what we have seen so often. Great shot making from Vivian Villarreal, up 4-2. Race to 7, remember, to get to the semifinals. Winner will meet Allison Fisher, 4-time U.S. Open champion in the semis. Doesn't get any better than this if you like championship 9-ball, and that's a big stat. Look at that for the week for Karen Corr.
See here, 1-ball, corner pocket, cue ball, 1, 2, 3 rails down for the 2. The 2-9 is available right here. It's a tricky little shot on this one. You got to hit it nice and thin. Little bit of a right spin on the cue ball to pull it short so you don't flirt with hitting the 6 or the 4. She wants to come between those 2 balls, just like it had eyes. Beautiful touch. Nice shot by Karen. She's eyeing this 2-ball. She got a little bit too far to have an easy combination, a little bit too short to have an easy billiard. So she's going to cut this backwards, send the cue ball to the other side. Perfect.
And how big a shot for Karen Corr is this? Those of you at home watching, great example of taking your time, making a decision, fully committing and executing, and a big rack victory for Karen Corr to get back within 1. We let our fans ask a pro a question, and in this case, what weight cue stick do you prefer? Pete Dahl in Yukon has asked the question, and the answer will come from Guy Young Kim.
My stick is 19.7 ounces, which is perfect for me because when it's too heavy, I cannot control my stroke. When it's too light, I don't have enough power.
We're in Norman, Oklahoma, 20 miles south of Oklahoma City. Population a little over 100,000, all of them rabid because it is the home to the 7-time national champion Oklahoma Sooners. And for the past 2 years, we've been fortunate enough to have it be the home of the WPBA U.S. Open 9-ball championship. You know, billiards is a great game for pros and amateurs alike. Let's learn a little more about the newest APA franchisee.
I recently purchased an APA franchise, and we'll be running leagues out of the Myrtle Beach up to Wilmington, North Carolina area, and it's been a pretty amazing experience so far. You know, my whole life I've spent in the game of billiards, but to be able to do something like this and really be one-on-one with the amateurs in our area, and therefore also the players across the country, has been so rewarding. I can't even tell you. We have so much fun.
The American Pool Players Association operates as a franchise organization. We've got franchises across the country, up in Canada, as well as over in Japan. Any place that has a pool table is eligible to participate and host league play, and it's a great opportunity for customers or members of that particular organization to get involved, get out and have a good time playing pool, meeting people, having a lot of fun.
One of the greatest things about being an APA league operator is that it is what you want it to be. This is the game I love. I've been doing this since I was 14 years old, and to continue to be able to do this in a business situation, this is something I have control of, and the harder you work with an APA league, the more reward. It's not something where you work hard and you hope it's going to work. It literally is, I kid you not, it literally is where the more work you put in it, you will see results. People love the game. People just need an opportunity and a place to play it in a good, solid league. And that's what APA is.
And here in Norman, Oklahoma, as we get ready for action in rack number 9, we're going to show you the highlights first from rack number 8. Vivian Villarreal still up 4-3 at this point.
It's a good break again, Mitch. But this time she failed to make anything. And that got Karen up to the table. Karen made a safety right here, got behind the 9. Really well done. Nice kick, though, by Vivian. She left a tough shot on the 2. A few more safeties back and forth. Karen is the one that came up on top to tie the game, 4 games all.
So after 8 racks, it is really getting to crunch time now. The heat of this quarterfinal matchup. 4 racks apiece. Karen with the break. Let's see what she can do here in rack 9. Nice break. 2 balls on the break, Ava, and look at where that cue ball is.
And the 1 ball helped out on top of it. She wouldn't really have minded the 1 ball falling, because with the 1 being so close to the lip of the corner pocket, luckily she has the 2 right there, the 3's right here. She's just going to want a little bit of an angle on this so she can float down for the 3. Look out for that 7. Perfect. That was the only thing that could give her trouble right there, was that 7 ball. Now she has an angle to get onto the 3, and from the look of her face, she's a little straighter than she wants to. Should be able to stun it.
And she does. Let's go down quickly to the floor and a word from Jeanette.
Here with Pete Larson, huge fan of the WPBA, and he's come to a lot of our events. Pete, what are some of the your most memorable matches that you've seen since you've been on our tour?
Well, there's so many of them, you can't really pick out one, but yours with Allison Fisher when you beat her 7-0. Karen Corr when she won and jumped up on the table and did a dance.
I remember that. She took her shoes off. That was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
Well, let's hope that we get a lot more fans like Pete.
We are certainly happy that Pete and everybody else has come out here in Norman and around the country. You know, Ava, they can be pretty rabid themselves, WPBA fans.
They're great. We have quite a bit of fans that follow us around the country, and it's become a really neat little group. I'm not calling them groupies, mind you. I guess, a group. It's a groupie.
Not a bad thing.
No, but we do have a lot of fun. Become good friends with a lot of the players on tours.
2 balls left now for a lead for Karen Corr for the first time in this quarterfinal matchup.
Looks like she has to jack up. Yeah, jack up just a little bit to force the angle, to get the tangent line a little bit farther out, come up with a 9. Perfect. You see it right here. Nice shot.
You saw an early stat graphic in this rack of Karen winning 21 out of 25 games on her break coming into this match against Vivian, and a break and run in rack number 9, 5-4 for Karen Corr, trying to get to the semifinals. Welcome back to Norman, Oklahoma, in the Great Plains. Quarterfinal action at the US Open 9-Ball Championship. Vivian Villarreal and Karen Corr. And Vivian Villarreal, for the first time in this match, finds herself behind by a rack, 1 in the side. Where is that 2 going?
All that begging work, Mitch. She got a shot at the 2 ball right here in the corner. 1 ball went on the break. 3 balls right here. She needs to get a good angle. 4 right here is the key ball. That's the one she needs to get to. She's looking at it right now. Decide the best way to go. It looks like she's going to go ahead and hit this little bit of draw. Comes straight down table for the 3. Leave herself a little bit of an angle. She wants that to slow down. Oh.
Ooh, I thought too hard.
Now here's a touchy shot she has coming up. A low right. She's going to cue this low right. The cue ball's still going to go straight where she's aiming, but it's going to spinning right. She's going to draw it straight back and try to get between the 8 and the 9. Oh, babe. Nope. too much. It's not a full ball. This is not a full ball, though, Mitch. She might be able to jump it here. She's not thrilled. She's going to let you know about it, too.
Jump cue.
You really do love watching her play.
She is fun.
So just in every one of these moments. And if anybody can pull off a tough shot like this, it's Vivian. Let's see what she can do.
She needs to pop this over. Oh, Viv. Did not get it up, hardly off the cloth at all. She just didn't follow through on that. So you can see it's just a piece of that 8 she had to get over, about half the ball. And the beauty of that shot is she hits it, she has a good chance of making it, and the 5's right there. So it was a built-in position. Instead, Karen has an open table, great opportunity.
Did that surprise you that Vivian did not execute that shot? She's normally so great at this.
She really is. It was just not a full stroke on it. You know, you want to be careful when you're that close to the rail. You could end up flying off the table, but that wasn't really the case. She had a full enough hit on that ball. I just think it was a lack of really following through.
All right, Karen's got to keep this going. She's already up by a rack.
And you can see there she's not thrilled with this layout. She wanted to come a little bit higher. She's going to make the 6 ball in the corner pocket, but she wanted the cue ball to be a little bit straighter, right about in here, so she could go straight across table for the 7. She's going to be cutting this ball really thin, come across, maybe even try to go into the 7 ball. Misses it by a good 2-3 inches there, and she's going to be forced to make a decision here. Mitch, you can play safe, or she could bank this 7 ball now. You see right there she wanted to bump it just a little bit. That would have left her a good shot on the 7.
Two-way shot available here too?
Yeah, two-way shot available. Bank it into the side. Good point. She misses it, but that'll work.
That is the classic definition of two-way.
You could see her face there. That was a sigh of relief. Now, if that would have gone in, obviously she wouldn't have had much of a shot on the 8, but there was an opportunity to play safety. Or she may even have had a shot on the 8 in the corner.
Sure.
Smart shot. Let's see if Vivian can come. She did it earlier where she came with a kick shot.
Go 3 rows, come over here.
Let's see if she can kick this
in.
in.
Oh, come on. Just make the darn thing.
There's Vivian for you. Where she came up short is where she was talking about. Want to have the cue ball come around 3 rails back for the 8, because it's great that she made the 7. She's still at the table, but she got obviously no shot at the 8. She's going to have to play it safe. That cut is not something you want to go for.
Do it again? What do you want me to do?
Luckily, that 9 is a big ball, Mitch. She has a lot to hide.
Left.
If she splits the 8 to one side of the table, the cue ball to the other, she's got a good opportunity for a safety here. Oh, she went for the bank.
And how often have we seen
that was a Vivian moment,
yes,
huh, Mitch?
Absolutely. And the problem with it, of course, is what we're looking at right now. When you miss it, Karen Corr steps at the table with a chance to get to the hill. 2 balls left in ideal shape.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised, Mitch. That 9 ball was so big where it was right there. Good chances to hide behind it. Kind of a windy going for that 8 ball bank. Big turnaround in this match.
For Karen Corr, cleaning up rack number 10, up by 2 and on the hill here at the US Open. Vivian thinking about what might have been. Let's look now at our Mueller top finishers. 16 players with terrific weeks here in Norman. One of them for sure, Angel Paglia, had a good week here in Norman, and it was going really well until she got an up-close and personal look at the game of Karen Corr.
My top 16 match was with Karen Corr, and I have played her a couple of times before and had some pretty good comebacks on her. But this particular match was pretty late at night, and I was expecting a good match. She's been playing absolutely phenomenal. And I'm kind of in, you know, the position where I was coming from 11:45 a.m. matches and very tired, but still very warmed up. So I was hoping to make a good finish, but it didn't turn out in my favor. But she played absolutely beautiful, and it was a pleasure, you know, to play with her. Not my best performance, but I was pretty happy with how I've done this tournament.
And congratulations to Angela on a good week. Karen Corr at the table with a chance to put an end to this quarterfinal match on the hill.
A little help there from the 4, and the 1 ball goes. Vivian was already out of her chair there, seeing an opportunity. You can see here, it looked like nothing was going to go on the break, and then last minute, that 4 ball helped the 1 ball into the corner. And it looks like a safety is the play here, Mitch. Shoot the cue ball into the 2, then have the cue ball drift down there towards the 4, preferably even behind the 4. Use the 3 ball to block behind. It's all speed shot right here, and judge what part of the rail to hit to get the cue ball to drift down. That's a good shot right there. Great shot, perfect.
Vivian looks at this. You saw that stat of Karen's 84% games won on her break. She only made a ball on the break 52% of the time, which means that she was able to take advantage of other players within the rack that she broke in. It's a toughness, a quality of toughness about Karen Corr.
Look at this shot here. Fantastic touch for her to get it around here. Karen is put in a little funny spot. She can either go 2 rails, or she has to curve this around the 8 to be able to get the angle to get to the 2 ball. The 8's blocking the 1 rail kick, so she's going to have to jack off the back of the cue and curve around the 8 ever so slightly. A lot of right spin, not enough. Not enough spin, and when you jack up the cue in the back a little bit, it adds a little curve to the ball, to the cue ball, to the path of it. And she didn't jack up at all. I'm surprised. She's trying to do it just with spin. She wanted to hit it thin, but that was a little too thin.
Little bit. We're going to get another word now as we watch Vivian make the 2. Down on the floor is Jeanette Lee.
Thanks, Mitch. Vivian's so fluid at the table, and she always looks so comfortable. So you wonder about her practice regimen. Is she playing a lot or very little? And I was asking her, and she said that she plays 45 minutes of jump shots, 45 minutes of kicks, 45 minutes of banks, cut shots. She plays the ghost. I mean, she's putting a lot of time in, but 45 minutes seems to be her number, and it's surely showing this event.
Playing the ghost, Jeanette just referred to as a great practice way. You're actually playing against somebody else. You break the balls open, take ball in hand, and when you run out, you get a point. If you don't, the ghost just got a point. So beating the ghost is a tough thing to do. Oh, she wanted that to stop, Mitch. It rolled just a little bit too far for her to get a shot at the 5.
What do you think, Steve?
Kind of let that loose a little bit. She can hit it. I think she can hit it, but she can't do much with it. She's going to have to try to play a safety.
You're making me nervous. I hear you behind me, so can you move over?
Not a bad thing when the referee is entering the game here. He's backing way off. He wants to make sure she doesn't clip that 9 ball first. Oh, she can make it.
How about it?
She had just enough of it to make it. And I tell you what, that was no added drama by Vivian. That's how close it was. She really had to hit it that perfectly for it to go.
And also, you know, Karen's on the hill. She's 1 rack away from moving on. Every shot now for Vivian is key. She has to win every rack to move on. Natalie on the left. You know, Vivian, she's pretty happy right now. She's got Natalie back in her life. She's building a dream house, according to her. Very sad that her dad was not alive. He just passed away recently to see it. But I think she carries him with her along the way every day.
There's no doubt about that. Followed her career from the beginning. Has been very supportive in her life.
Yep. Big 9 ball. The tornado's still alive. 1 rack away from tying it up. And the crowd loves it here in Norman, Oklahoma. Quarterfinal action. One of these 2 will get a chance to move to the semifinal.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA US Open is brought to you by the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league, and by Q-Tech Cues, serious cues for serious players, and choice of the world's most dominant player.
Welcome back, everybody, to Norman, Oklahoma, the Riverwind Casino site of the WPBA US Open 9-ball championship. Mitch Lawrence and the striking Viking Ava Mattia Lawrence watching Karen Corr and Vivian Villarreal go after a seat in the semifinals. Not a good time for nothing on the break for Vivian.
No, luckily the 7-ball is in the game here, blocking the path to the 1. That could have been devastating had Karen been able to see and make this 1-ball. It wasn't a really crisp hit by Vivian. That's one of those things where, you know, at that point you're going, the last thing you want to do is scratch, fly off the table, have something like that happen. So you're better off not making a ball than you are scratching, obviously. Karen is now going to be faced with playing as safety. Now, if Karen can hit a full ball here, I know she can't hit enough to make it. No, she can't. Push out, right move.
Pretty quick with the push.
And normally that would not be a good push because the 5-ball is hanging where it is. She could have played the bank on the 1-5, but the 4-ball is blocking the path.
10.
Extension.
Yes.
So she's going to try to play a safety. I would try to use that 4-ball. Don't try to do anything overly fancy here. Left spin, bring the cue ball to one side, the 1 to the other. Oh, she tried a touchy little shot. She tried to use the 4-ball, and it didn't work. She's left her an open shot. See the safety she can play here? She could just roll that 1-ball up and hide the cue ball right there behind the 7.
And that pretty much tells you how Vivian feels about the shot she played. She knew exactly, as Ava did, what Karen was going to do. That safety right in front of her. And now it's up to Vivian to get to that 1.
I knew that was coming.
Well, Jeanette said she practices 45 minutes every day on her kick shots. She proved it earlier by making a great kick on a ball in the 4-ball on the side. She made some good hits. She's liable to make this, Mitch. Question is she going to be able to get on the 2-ball? If she does. So,
Look at her. That is mind-boggling. From above, it looks like it has to go. It looks like more of the ball is over that lip.
Look how well she hits this ball. She had to manipulate that a little bit with some draw, some reverse to shorten the angle because the 2 was where it was. Kind of got a little bit robbed there, I have to say.
Absolutely.
She hit that so well.
And you were saying about shape on the 2 after that, and she had that also.
She did.
Whoa.
And Karen hit a good shot there. She was afraid she was going to hit that ball. This is perfect. A little bit longer than she wanted, but this is perfect. Her key is the 4-ball. It's going to come into play later and what to do with the 4. It's going to hit this just with low. Not too much spin either direction. You just want to hit the center low. Bring the cue ball across table for the 3. Oh, as pure as you can hit the ball right there.
Karen checking everything out. Both these players finished 5th at the U.S. Open last year. Vivian Villarreal lost to the eventual champion Kelly Fisher in the quarters. Karen lost to Yuram Cha in the quarters last year.
Mitch, as quickly as she looked at that 4-ball, I think the 4-ball does pass by the 8. She's got plenty of room for the 4 to go by the 8-ball right there. 5 is open. 6, 7 may even go on the side of the combination, or she can just simply get position on the 6 in one of the corner pockets.
There it is, right by the 8. You know, Karen has been on a roll of late. She won a WPBA Satellite Tour event at Borderline Billiards a couple of weeks ago. You were up there. You know how tough a tournament that was. Great players from all over the region. And it was a big victory for Karen. She talked about how good it made her feel to really get back to the winner's circle and come into the Open with some steam.
It really was, and it was almost an unprecedented finals. I mean, she played unbelievably in the finals, Mitch. She played against Gerda Hofstetter, and we all know what a fantastic champion and player she is. And she beat Gerda 11-1 in that finals, and she just played perfect pool. I mean, she's such a competitor. She just. I think everybody hates to lose, but she just never puts herself in that position where she loses accidentally. She grinds it out. Nice shot there. Uh-oh, trouble. She's going to have to hit this with some low right, I think, to try to avoid the scratch, but it's going to be tough, Mitch. Going to make it in the 7 ball came too far to play it in the side pocket. She's going to try to cheat the angle. The tangent line is going straight for the drink, right into the side pocket with the cue ball if you make this 7, but she's going to have to put extreme draw on this. Low right. Get past it. Oh, perfect shot.
Fantastic work by Karen Corr. Quickly over the 8, and she will get to the 9 and end this match against Vivian if she can. Vivian shaking her head again. What might have been had that 1 just dropped into the corner, but instead this 9, and Karen Corr moves into the semifinals. Wow. Tremendous matchup between Vivian and Karen, but it is the Irish Invader who moves on as we look at our road to the finals, that first semifinal. And how's this for a semifinal U.S. Open matchup? Allison and Karen, 4 players left on the other side. Here's our APA super shot of the match, rack 7. Karen Corr at the table, down by 2 racks at this point. Beautiful shape to set up that 2-9 combination. Here's Jeanette with Karen.
Well, congratulations, Karen. I know you've played a very offensive player, so what was that like for you? There was a lot of safeties going on.
It was. Kind of wasn't expecting it early on. Being such an aggressive player, Vivian, you know, she went more attacking. But yeah, it started off safes, and she was kicking great at the beginning. She kicked a couple of balls in and ran out, so it kind of gave her a good edge at the start there. So I was lucky, really, I think, to get a chance to even it up at 4 each. 4-2, 5-2, been a different story. So very fortunate today.
All right. Well, congratulations. Good luck in your next match.
Thank you, Jeanette.
And the pressure cooker keeps building here in Norman. Our next quarterfinal match, 2 former U.S. Open champions going after 1 seat in the semis, Helena Tornfeld and Guy Young Kim. Fantastic 9-ball action here in Norman. A good week for Vivian Villarreal. I know she's disappointed. We'll see her again, but it is Karen Corr who will move on against Allison Fisher in the semis. For Jeanette Lee, for Ava Mattia Lawrence, I'm Mitch Lawrence. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So long, everybody from Oklahoma.